asking for advice and not really getting it. Today, we look at this idea behind asking for help, finding the right people to get help from, and how planning it out to find the right people will actually get you that advice you need. Roll it. Not getting advice when you ask it, it kills us sometimes. You know, many people have experienced this notion where you ask the ones that you always ask for advice, but then you don't get it. Whether it's something you want to hear, something you need to hear, or just something that is within your means of logic. In the video asking for help and finding the right people, we talked about the idea behind the characteristics and the personality of people, including that knowledge and experience that brings forth the opportunity to really help you make the decisions that you need to make on the problems you have, the situations that come up. The idea behind it is that bias is always formed, whether it's in the subconscious mind or not. It's based on what you're, how attached you are to somebody and how much you want to see them succeed. And sometimes other people just want to see you fail. So if you haven't seen that video, or if this is your first time here, welcome to Mentors Approach. My name is Nikos Rentas, where we deliver daily videos to motivate our viewers to move in the right direction. So at the end of this video, if you like it, hit subscribe, hit like, and of course, watch the rest of the series so it will really fit together for you and get you moving in the right direction. So you may be asking yourself, why am I not getting that advice I need, that help I need from the people I've always gotten that from? A lot of times we can say it's based on the knowledge level on this certain topic, experience that they've gone through within this topic, or it might just be that they've helped you so much that they kind of want to see you do you on your own, and they're just kind of like, hey, you do it. It could be that they're just tired with their own stuff and they don't have time to spend the time they always did. My experience with people is that for a prolonged amount of time, they'll be there for you, but eventually there's no give and take, or there isn't enough of it, or their problems are fixed and they really don't need you anymore because problems haven't been arising. Well, then they kind of take your priority away from you and leave you hanging. The majority of the time, the negativity will come out, and we see it more than not. We also see it when people start to get to know each other a little bit too much. When this occurs, well, what ends up happening, jealousy creeps up. That notion of wanting to be better creeps up. That idea that the give and take isn't there and the opportunity to grow together may not be there. But that's the subconscious mind. And instead what comes out is this negativity that really just tarnishes that relationship. So when we're looking at people in our lives, in our circle, in our network that aren't giving us the help they once did, we have to analyze from what perspective it's coming from. Looking at the videos we've done so far on asking for help can really formulate that idea, or that construct that idea of what you really need right now in your life. Those characteristics are the what, and the who has to carry this what you need. So when we're looking for people to help us on our journey, to collaborate with, to bring them into our circle, into our network, whether we have to go out and find people who will pay their professionals, or people that we collaborate and build relationships with, the idea here is to know what we need, what we want, and how we can approach it to find the right people. The one feeling that people always talk to me about when they're in the situation where they're asking for help, they're asking for this advice and they're not getting it, is that they feel alone. They feel this loneliness that just creeps in. And there is a difference between being alone and feeling alone and being lonely, where we have to sit down and ask ourselves, until we find people to bring into our lives, what can we do to make sure we're making the right decisions? Because at the end of the day, we're making these decisions, we're giving our own advice to ourselves, and we have to take it, especially when people aren't around to give us that advice that we need. So really think through in your mind the times that you've experienced that loneliness or that being alone feeling, that nobody's around to help you. Ask yourself, did you really need somebody then, or did you get through it okay? So that next time somebody comes into your life, that will be there so that you can throw ideas against, and they throw ideas to you, and you guys collaborate together to build an awesome relationship where you trust each other, to give advice to each other and really grow in the right direction. And until I find the right person for what I need them for, I can trust myself that I'm the right person, and I will go do the research and figure out what's best for me, so that people that finally do come in your life know that, hey, you're standing there going, I trust me 100%. You're here to really propel me in the right direction, because I need winners in my life. I need people that want to do awesome, be successful, and above all, love life. If you liked the video, hit a like, hit a subscribe, and of course share this with anybody that you think needs to hear this message right now. And of course, leave a comment. Let me know the times that you've sat there feeling like, man, there's nobody around, nobody's giving me good advice. What do I do? And what are the kinds of things that you did?
Snow here.